you ever give someone a gift and he wasn't grateful?
Sure.
What happened?
When I was in kindergarten, a friend was having a really rough day, so I decided to give him my most prized possession in the whole world.
What was that?
My eraser that smelled like cotton candy.
Oh, what did he do?
He didn't say thank you, and he tossed the gift aside, as if it were a piece of junk.
That's awful. How did that make you feel?
Pretty crummy.
Do you think that's how God feels when we aren't grateful for the gifts He gives us?
You ask great questions, Sarah. I never thought about that before, but I would guess He does. God has blessed us with so many gifts. Thankfully, He gives us the Mass, so every Sunday we can go and tell God that we are very grateful.
Ooh. Nature is beautiful, don't you think?
Yeah, it really is.
I like to think of God's creation as one big amazing work of art.
That's a cool way to think about it. I like to think about how God created all of this. I mean, if it wasn't for God, none of this would be here. Come to think of it, if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be here. And if it wasn't for God, you wouldn't be here.
That's a great insight, Ben. But it sure is easy to forget that sometimes.
That's so true, Sarah. And that's just one of the many reasons we should take time each day to connect with God in prayer.
I wonder what all this was like in the beginning. Like, in the very beginning.
Well, why don't we take a look? First, everything was darkness.
Ooh, scary.
Then, on the first day, God created day and night, light and time. On the second day, God created the sky. On the third day, God created the earth, the seas, plants, and trees.
Trees are the best. I'm so glad God created trees.
On the fourth day, God created the sun, the moon, and the stars.
And it's amazing how it all fits together. I mean, if you take one thing away, like the sun, it just wouldn't work, right?
You're exactly right, Sarah. In the same way, we all have our mission in life. St. Paul taught that we're all one body as members of the church. So when we don't do our part, it hurts the whole body. Just like if you take the sun away, it would hurt all of creation.
Ben, you're on fire today with all these great insights.
Thanks, Sarah. I just try to learn a little bit more about God and His wisdom every day. But now, let's get back to creation. On the fifth day, God created birds and fish. Then, on the sixth day, God created cattle, insects, wild animals, and, drumroll please, human beings. Out of everything God created, He made human beings special.
Especially me.
Not just you, Sarah.
I know, silly.
God didn't just create us. He created us in His image and likeness.
What does that mean?
It means God made us to resemble Him.
Okay, but what does that mean?
It means we know right from wrong. We can think. We can dream. We thrive on healthy friendships. And we are capable of holiness.
Oh no, Hemingway!
Hemingway sure does get into trouble often.
Well, he's adventurous, like me. Now give me a boost, please.
To be made in the image of God is a great blessing, and blessings come with responsibility. God made humanity responsible stewards of all creation. He gave us the mind and the morality necessary to take care of all of creation. And I guess that includes adventurous gerbils. When God had finished the work of creation, he saw everything he had made, and indeed, it was very good. When God said, "It is good," God blessed creation.
My poor darling! Hemingway, I bet you could use some rest, huh?
On the seventh day, God rested. We call this the Sabbath, which means a day of rest and prayer. Why do you think God rested on the seventh day?
He must have been so exhausted.
Nope. You see, God doesn't get tired because he is a pure spirit.
Well, if God doesn't get tired, why did he rest on the seventh day?
Because God knew we would get tired. That's why he made Sunday a day of rest. It doesn't help him, it helps us. God rested to show us by example that rest is holy. God blessed rest by resting himself. Sunday is also a day of gratitude. One Sunday on the way to church, Max asked his dad, "Why do we go to church every Sunday?" His dad smiled and replied, "Lots of reasons. But one very important reason is to say thank you to God for all the ways he has blessed us this week." Every blessing comes from God. Creation is a blessing. You are a blessing. Rest is a blessing. The Mass is a blessing. Sunday is a blessing. The church is a blessing. And every blessing comes from God.
Ben, can you help us down? I think we should get Hemingway home after such a big scare.
Sure, sis. Oof. Oof.